But alrighty. Um, so a big giveaway that the site is at least vulnerable is HTTP 1.1. Okay, so that's something kind of to when you're trying to find sites that might be potentially vulnerable. And you know, a lot of people just don't want to fucking don't want to upgrade and don't want to patch, and they think because I think they have too much faith in their passwords and they can user control like mechanisms. Okay, and yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna change this to post. Content length matters, and up here in repeater. For the initial one, this doesn't matter, but this matters later, and it fixes it always wanting to update that. So, if you remembered, we want to do transfer encoding chunk, right? And then we want to do a 0, and then we want to do we're gonna use this. There we go. I'm just getting a little OCD. Smuggle. Oh, that's not what we wanted to do. So we want to do, because it's only accepting if we go back to the lab notes. We have to make a G post, and it won't solve it until we do a G post. So you might solve it, but you didn't solve it. My back's screwed. Anyway, let's do a G post. / HTTP / 1.1. And we'll do host. And this is pretty cool. So one part of the web request, you can't have duplicate headers. So one way to get around that and still have it read it is to use lower caps, and you can do all kinds of things to obfuscate the headers so that they're red, but they bypass the filters, but they're still red literally, even though they're obfuscated. So that's pretty neat. Vulnerable website.com content length. And then we'll just do Pwny's rock. And you have to have a break right there. And if you don't have that break right there, it continues reading it. So I think this should work. We have to send the request twice. So for the first one, it's really tricky. So we got G post, invalid request. There we go. And see, you notice these little things, like it, you remove that space, right? And it doesn't work. Right, but we add that space. We see the valid request, and now it's poisoned. So the next time the request goes through, it's gonna hit. It hits the G post, and Let's just see how creepy this is. Okay, so we're gonna send the first valid request, right? All right, and the second request hitting the website's ours, so it should redirect. What the hell's G post? Isn't that cool? That is really cool. That is really cool. And this so let's do the next one, which is where the front end checks for the transfer encoding, and the back end uses the content length. So this one inverts it essentially. So we predefine the content length in the first request, right? And then the next set of numbers, and these can be in hex or decimal, and there are issues with decimal, and I'd recommend with larger requests to use decimal, to use hex. Or maybe they've always used hex. That's also maybe 114 in hex is different in decimal. My brain hurts. Anyways, so let's go solve this one. Do do do. Doom 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 doom. And to solve this, so you don't get in a rabbit hole, you must submit a G post. And oh, I went over it. Having these is nice. Alright, so let's capture our web request. And then we're going to convert this in. We're not going to send this. We're not going to convert it. And sometimes it's better to drop it. So don't always do that. So, like, if we're doing a reCAPTCHA, at least I don't think it matters, but if you're doing reCAPTCHA, drop it. Or, I want to say drop it. Maybe hold on to it. I'm not sure. But I've had problems getting around to reCAPTCHA, and it's such a. So we're going to convert the web request, change it, so we get the content length and some other stuff. Okay, so then this one, the content length matters. So we're going to set the content length to, we're not sure yet. So then we're going to do chunk transfer encoding. And I don't think it's obfuscated on this one. So then, we will use the tool to solve this one. So we're going to use the same thing as we did last time, but we're going to type it out again because it's good muscle memory. I want a bigger screen. Right, so post. Example.com content link colon we're going with 4 on this one because we're not doing smuggled. So there's going to be 2 spaces, wait, 1 space, and then we're going to use 2 hexadecimal numbers to yeah, because I think we're going to try to hit around 90 bytes. But we'll use the tool, we'll do it manually and then try to do the tool once I get frustrated and I don't use the tool anymore. Ponies. Well, 0. And the 0 saying the next content length is 0. and it'll stop reading the request. So you could stack up requests, and then use multiple zeros, I believe, to do like terminate different things. And because I've been trying to read the bug bounties that the guy who I wish I knew his name. That didn't suck, but I've been reading his bug bounties. So what's a good way to read the bytes? Sure. So let's put in a file. Set paste, hit the insert key, and then shift V. There are 63 bytes. And so this website over here, this thing, like you could own it. I doubt they have a button down. And we run any slower, I think we could. So 63 to hex. Oh. Well, let's just try 63. Transfer. Oh. Let's change this to 4. Oh, it's a valid request. Fine. Let's use that thingy. What is this called? Wish I knew. Tight. Maybe it's base 64. Oh, my ADD kicked in. Sorry. Anyway, 3F. Yay! Something. I like invalid request. That is A-okay. I wish there was a way to get the... So that's what that... Oh, okay. $63. Okay, cool. So F363. Let's just make sure it's right. Pwny Rock. Yeah. We can set this higher. Maybe that's why. Oh yeah, that's probably why. 4, 2. Let's also try a space. So the reason why we doing that is because the front end accepts the transfer encoding, and then the back end deals with the content link. So the front is valid 2, 4, and then it should truncate here. Maybe the zero's in the wrong place. try giving it a little bit more space. See what my notes say. And this is the PECE. Oh, I had a lot of complaints about this one. It is tricky. So oh. So we got the post. 3 is the content length, and it reads. Maybe these are 1 byte. And then it reads smuggled as next valid request. Transfer encoding chunk. See the solution. What did I do wrong? See, it's so picky. Ooh. Oh, maybe it's the content type I messed up. I doubt it. Alright, see, somehow I befuddled it. So we're just going to use the burp tool. 76, 63. Let's try go to Pwny Rock. But it'll do 63 decimal instead of no. That's 7B. Yeah. I'm gonna confuse myself the other day. $7B, dude. 123 bytes. But I did add some extra stuff to it. This should work. We're trying with the two length. Bam, bam, bam.
There's something invisible here.